Hi everyone. So I want to be able to do two things at the same time. I want to demo what using Smartsheets all throughout a project looks like. And I also want to go through all the different templates that we talked about in real time for uh, a fictional project that I created. So first, let's look around the interface and what Smartsheet is able to offer a project team, or specifically a project manager or project coordinator. And so you see here, it's the homepage, my homepage. It has my recently opened applications, which is the task summary report and then the project plan. And then here it shows you all your notifications. This is like the files, my workspace. And then here you have recently opened. One of my favorite features is like the favorites. If you favorite any file, it'll show up here. And so let's say you're working on a project and you go into a specific file a lot of times. It's easier for you to just come to the favorites and just click on it rather than go searching all throughout your folders. And then here you have your work apps. So if there are any apps that you do use, it'll show up here as well. So that's pretty much it. This is your profile. You can upgrade, plan, billing, all of that great stuff. So let's get back to the workspace. Here I have a project example. So I already created this, but what you do is you right click and you save as new. When you save as new, it goes ahead and creates all new task summary, overdue task report, project dashboard, and then a project plan. So that's what I did. So here we have the online learning platform project. That's the fictitious projects that I've created, right? So let's get here. You see that it has the project plan, it has the project dashboard, it has the task summary report. And so that's all the text that has been added into the project plan. And then if there's anything that's overdue, is going to show up here. So these are the great reports that Smartsheets is able to provide any project manager or project coordinator or whoever is working on the project plan. It'll show you anything that's overdue. And then you have the dashboard. Let's click on it for you to just see. You wouldn't have much just because we haven't added anything significant. So you see it has some overdue tasks here. And then you have your project percentage complete. You have the all the tasks by status, and then the project links, which is the summaries, the reports, and then the task sheet. So that's what we have here for the dashboard. Now, I do want us to go through the projects from A to Z. So I will be creating a new project charter. We'll go through it systematically from project charter, project plan. We'll go through the RACI, RAID log. Let's see what else. RACI, RAID log. There's something else. Status reports, all of that great stuff. So let's get into the template. And I'll show you how you can create your own copy as well. Okay, so this is what the template looks like, and it's available for you to download as well. You go to the file, you make a copy. I'm not going to click on it because I created this video, and 20 minutes into the video, I realized that I was actually not sharing. First of all, I wasn't sharing the right screen. Then secondly, there was no sound. It was actually mute. So I'm not going to make a copy this time again, but you just click on make a copy. It brings up the option for you to create a new title and where you want to save it as well. So that's that for the how to create a copy. Now I'm going to the charter that I already created. I'll share that tab, making sure that I'm sharing everything this time. But yes, so this is the charter that I created. So I have the project title here. It's an online learning platform. The executive sponsor is a person called Bill Scott. This is all fictional characters. I don't know any Bill Scott. If you're called Bill Scott, I'm not referring to you. And then we have the project purpose. So it's to create a scalable online learning platform featuring different subjects and for various age groups. So pretty simple. We know what we want. We're looking for an online learning platform which is scalable. It has different subjects for different age groups. So we just know that it's going to be a lot of different subjects. And it's obviously for different age groups. And we know it's online. The project objectives is to create engaging course content such as videos, assignments, and assessments. And then you have deliverables, right? So we have the online learning platform, developed online learning platform. That should be the number one deliverable. At the end of the day, we should have this online learning platform. And then, of course, we have the course content. And then we have a post go live support plan. After it goes live, then what? We need some support. We need to be able to maintain the site as we go along. So that's also a plan is very important for that. Okay, now we're going to define the milestones. And remember that you do all of this, or you get most of the information from your project sponsor, because he or she knows what they're looking for. He or she knows, like, they're, in this case, it's a he because it's Bill Scott. Knows exactly, the needs, the requirements, and all of that. So it's important for you to have that call with them to determine all of these information, because obviously you have no idea. You don't know the business case, you don't know the requirements, you don't know what the needs are, and all of that. So you need to be able to have that meeting with the project sponsor to review and go over all of this information. This will help you to create this project charter. So for the milestones, we're defining scope and deliverables. We need to know what the scope is and what deliverables, again, we're looking at. And then we identify the target market and what their learning needs are. And then determine the technology stack. So what kind of system are we using? What's the back end, front end, all of that good stuff. And then also we're going to design the platform. What do we want it to look like? All of that. Of course, the build, and then content creation. We have to test and finally deploy. And then after that, we need to be able to maintain and support the users right along with the team who is actually in charge of managing this online learning platform. So that's that for milestones. And then we go into the project team. We have me as the project manager. We have Kate S. I don't know any Kate S, but Kate S is the UI UX designer, or the lead person for the design phase. And then we have Mary W, who's a developer in charge of the build. And then we have Frank Q, who is in charge of the content creators, or we call them instructional designers. They create the courses, the different courses. And in this case, it's not just one subject. So we are sure they're going to have more than one person on this team, because I'm not sure one person can create content for all of the different subjects. And then we have Ryan N, who's a deployment engineer. So system deployments, one who makes sure that it goes from non-prod to prod. Prod is basically production, where everything is live and we're good to go. So high level project risk um, even before it started, right? Risk of the content quality. How do we know that this is great, or quality that's going to be very helpful to the students, or the learners? Um, User adoption, right? How are we so sure that the users are going to like the product, are going to actually use the product? So that's a risk. And then also a robust system where we're not getting a lot of errors and difficulties from the learners. And then the success criteria, launching the platform within the designated time frame. Super duper important. If we say this system or this platform is going to go live July 1st, it should be live by July 1st. Not a day after, not 2 weeks after. It has to be live on that day. Um, and then user adoption, we need to have will determine how many users we should have, and then also the feedback that we receive from the users as well. So those two are very important. And then robust, with low issues and great satisfaction. The system should be robust. We shouldn't have a lot of error messages. We shouldn't have a lot of learners experiencing any issues with the platform as well. So that's pretty much it for the project charter. At this point, you make sure that you have the project sponsor, which happens to be Bill Scott, uh, sign off on this. Once he signs off on this, you're good to go. The project is in motion, and then you can share this during the project's kickoff, right? That way everyone on the project team is aware of the expectations, what's expected of them, um, as a team, as individuals for this project. Okay, so that's that for the project charter. Now we go into back to our smart sheets. All right, so we're back in smart sheets. We will go ahead and start creating the project plan. I started, playing around here, but not much. Okay, so with the initiation phase, one of the things that we have to do, and I already um, added that line item, is scheduling the meeting with the project sponsor, right? Um, Meeting with the project sponsor to discuss the project charter, and then completing that project charter. So let's say, let's say what the project is supposed to go live July 1st, and today is March 29th. Let's see, let me double check. I want to be sure. Okay, March 28th, right? So let's say I just met with him today, which is March 28th. Okay, it's a 1 day affair. So that's the end date. This has been completed. And, just for the sake of it, I want to be able to document and write, met with Bill and reviewed project information. Okay, so that's that. I completed that. Now I need to complete the project charter. So from today all through, let's see, 28th, tomorrow's a Friday. So by Monday, I should have completed the project charter, right? Okay. So for now, I'll say that it's not really started. I'll leave it at that, right? Oh, and one thing that I wanted to show you. So to make this the parent, or the main header, all you have to do is write the subtask underneath it, and then right click on it and indent. When you indent, it makes the scheduled meeting with project sponsor the main parent line item, and then the two comes underneath it. So when those two come underneath it, it doesn't even allow the parent to have a start or end date on its own. It's determined by the start and end date from these two, right? So, and it comes automatically. I'm not sure why it's not showing up here now, but it should be from today through April 1st. And you see that as we create other ones. And so that's the first part. Now I'm going to add a new line underneath initiation. Add a couple more since I know that we have other things that we need to do in here. Okay, so not only did we discuss what the project this with the sponsor, we discussed we would have to discuss things like who the target audience would be and what their learning needs are. That's that's that'll come from the project sponsor or the team who is working with the project sponsor to let us know what their needs are, the requirements. So most of the time, there's something called a requirements document, and with that, it shows you all the things that they expect to see in the on the learning online learning platform. So let me add that in here and project requirements. Okay. So at this point, after having this meeting with the project sponsor, I would need to meet with the tech team, or more like the software developers, to be able to determine what kind of technology we're going to use, what the development approach would be for this particular platform. So meet with, or let me see. Um, Schedule time. Actually, no, I'll just put technology and development approach. So that will be the main header. And I'll show you how you create that parent subtask relationship. So technology and development approach. So schedule meeting with dev team and then determine technology approach. And here you will come into that meeting with the requirements so they know what the requirements is. And I'm pretty sure they would not be able to give a solid answer in that meeting. So they would probably go and come back to you to say this and this is how we want to go about it. And then so here I'm responsible for, oh, so yes, let me create that parent and child relationship here. So you indent and then automatically it comes underneath that. And so if you want to make your project plan cleaner, you could close all of them and you wouldn't see much in there. Ooh, but this is showing as part of the other one, which we don't want. Actually, hold on one second. So It's a lot of playing around and making sure that it's the same thing. Okay, so here we go. Schedule meeting. So yes, all of this should go under initiation, right? So I'm going to indent and it's all under initiation. Now, what I need to do is to make sure that meeting with project sponsor and let's clean up all of this. Okay, I'll dent this. Okay, I'll dent this again. Ooh. Okay, we need to play around with this a couple more minutes. Okay, so let's do this. Let's try to put this underneath. Okay. Okay, schedule meeting with projects. Now it's taking everything under. Now let's outdent this. And outdent this some more. And now I'm pretty sure it's out of, yep. I knew this would happen. So that's one of the things. Too much tech, right? Let's see. All right, let's see if we can indent this again. To play with this. Let's see. Okay, so sometimes, and this might not be the right way to go about it, but sometimes I just create another line item above where I do it all over again. Complete project charter and my name, all that good stuff. Today through the 1st, right? And then I just indent it to be, why is it not allowing me to indent it? Oh, it's because it's already indented. Wonderful. All right, so what I have to do now is I'll dent this to make sure that it's not underneath this one. And then I'm going to delete it. I don't need it anymore. All right, and then make sure that the other ones are underneath it. And then now the only thing is that it's not under project initiation, but it is under initiation. So what I'll do is I'll indent it. And then now, yes, it's under project initiation. So sometimes it could get a teeny weeny bit complicated. However, just patience, play around with it some more, and you should be good. Remember to save your documents. Okay, so technology and development approach. We've done that. We determined the development and the technology approach of it as well. And then this meeting is also with the UX and UI design team. So we also have to talk about what we want this users to be able to see the experience all throughout the platform as well. So I'm going to add that underneath as well. Determine design or UI and UX of the platform. Okay, so all of this is only okay. And then that will be that. I'm going to, let's see, so if we completed the project charter on the first, what we'll do is have that meeting with them same day. And then yesterday and the second. Okay. And then it's on the same day for all of these. So finally, we also give them time to be able to come back to us with their mock-ups, their wireframes, what they think the approach should be. Let me put another line item here. Once they've developed that, they're coming back to us with that. So present mock-ups and tech approach for learning platform. Okay. And then all of this, you would have to inquire of them, how long is this going to take, right? Because will you be able to make that July 1st commitment? That's critical that you get this information. So on this date, let's give them a couple of days, but that's also based on how available they are, how busy they are, and all of that. But I'll just say we give them till Friday. Okay. And then we jump over to the planning phase. Some of this task that we have in the initiation could also go in the planning phase, in all honesty. So it's fine if you hold on, if you kind of interchange them. Okay, so now for planning phase, we go to, and I'm indenting right now because we want all of this to be under the planning phase. Project kickoff. Project kickoff meeting. I just want to be able to do all of this. You don't need to put all of this, create kickoff presentation and all that good stuff. You just go ahead and schedule it and then indicate that. So we'll do this kickoff on the 8th. It's a Monday. It's normally nice to have a kickoff on Monday and kick things off and then start off the week with new projects. Okay, so have that kickoff meeting. And then now you start meeting with the content team. They need to know what kinds of subjects, brainstorming, all of that. You don't necessarily need to be in all of these meetings. I typically don't go into the tech meetings. After we speak about requirements and all that good stuff, I don't really join their meetings because it's too technical. And quite honestly, I could be using my time for something else. So again, we meet with the content team while we leave the dev individuals to do their work. So they would have told us how long it'll take and all that stuff. So we leave that for them. And then we meet with the content creation team. So meet with content creation team to review requirements and needs. And then after that, if we need to do any sort of like brainstorming with us in terms of the kind of content we're looking for, we can do it. So I'll put that in commerce. Let's see. Brainstorm around course creation, content, course creation. What type of multimedia we want to use. Let's see, just say reviewing. Presentations and things of that nature. So again, let's change the dates. This would be after, so we'll have the meeting on the 10th. And then allow them to come back to us with some details before we do the brainstorm. And sometimes the brainstorm might not be needed, so I'll just put into brackets if needed. Okay. So they come back on this day. No, we had the meeting on the 10th. We allow them at least a week to come back to us. So we come back, can have a brainstorm. It's a 1-day affair. And then now we allow them to go forth and prosper. In this case, they would give us a time frame as to when they would be done. So one thing I need to also include in here is that the system build. And this could take, anywhere, and it's very dependent on what kind of platform it is, the team, how long they normally use for things like that. So I'll say in this case, 5 weeks. And this is just off the top of my head, so I haven't done the calculation to see if we'll make it for July 1st. But if not, we could just work with the time. Okay, so let's see. Development approach. When was the last time we met with them? Let's see. They presented the markups to us. There's actually even a mistake in here because we met with them on the 2nd. And yes, when you're creating the project plan, you have to look at it multiple times. Put it down, come back, look at it again, just to make sure your dates are correct. Basically, everything is correct. You have to be super detail oriented as a project manager. And so, okay, that's just by the way. Let's see. So they came back to us. We had the meeting on the 2nd. They come back to us. They present. Okay, so we're saying that they presented. So we gave them a couple of days. Okay, so the 5th. Okay, that's accurate. are fine. So from the 5th, which was a Friday, so we'll give them the next Monday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starting from the 8th all the way to, oh, what's the 8th? It wasn't actually even that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so on the 10th, that's 5 weeks for them to build out the platform on the tech side. And then for the course creation, create courses. We also give them, let's see, how many weeks? I could give them 3 weeks for them to, for us to have another meeting and review the content, excuse me, to see if it's something that we like. So again, we had the meeting, the last meeting, the brainstorm meeting with them on the 17th. So 3 weeks. What is 3 weeks from the 17th? Where's the 17th? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, which is the 8th. Okay. Oh, from the 17th to mm, 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 mm. All right. This is where they create courses and all that good stuff. So here at this point, you're still checking in with them on a, you know, whether weekly, bi-weekly, whatever time frame that works for you, right? And actually the build is all execution. So I was just going, I didn't even pay attention to that. So this is execution. This is the part where we're actually doing the work, right? So we outdent it, and everything underneath this is all part of the planning. Okay, so, and that's the monitoring. So I like to call this part like execution and monitoring, because we're checking in on them, making sure they are sticking to the time and the timeline is all good for them. So at this point, when they come back on the 10th for the tech team, and then for the course creation team on the 8th, for the tech team, we will be talking to them about testing. It should have been completed at this point. All throughout these 5 weeks, we're checking in with them. So we should be ready for testing at this point. So this is where we do UAT, user acceptance testing. And every team has their protocol, or how they like to do their UATs. And so I'll say maybe 2 weeks for UAT here. It's actually a surprise that this project might be ready before time. But anyway, so UAT starts on the 13th, and then we are done on the 24th. Now, if we find that, you always have to leave room in your project plan. So find out that, something is amiss or it's not working as it should. We gather all that feedback and implement new new functionality based on the feedback. So implement new functionality based on feedback. If any, right? I'll put that in. You always have to bake in that extra time. That extra time for it. So let's see. And so I'll bake in another 2 weeks for that. So we start from the 27th. Should be done by the 7th. So see, we're inching very close to July 1st. Okay, so we've been checking in with the creating course, the course creation team. So here, we turn over all the information to the design team and to make sure, and the tech team as well, to make sure that it goes into the system, and then we're good to go. So actually, you know what? As they're building, they're giving them the courses. So at this point, all we have to do is prepare for deployment. So prepare for deployment. Okay. So all of this actually shouldn't be me. It should just be, we could just put, since we don't know the names, we'll just say tech team and say learning and development team. Team. Tech team once again. And then tech team again. All of this is tech team. All right. Me and with them brainstorming, all of that is on me. This is tech team as well. Oh, and if you on a regular day, if you have their names, you just put in the name and the email or the email, and it'll come up. But since this is a fictitious project, we don't need that. We just say tech team. Right? Okay. One thing that I wanted to show was the predecessors. Let's see. Version. Okay. How is that not showing up? It's been a while since I used Smartsheet, so now it's okay. Let's see. Okay, give me 1 second. I know what it is. Okay, so I'm going to insert. Let's see. I'm going to insert column to the left, and here. Created by latest comment, modified. Where is the predecessors? Oh, now I'm going to be thinking. No, it's not a drop down list. Checkbox symbols. Oh, no, it's not giving me what I'm looking for. Hold on, let's see. If that's F. Um, no, that's it. Open it up. Okay, let's see. F, that's F. Mm-hmm. No, hold on. I'll have to play around with it some more, but let me delete this for now. I'll figure it out. Anyway, so all of this at this point has not started yet, which is fine because we're still in early days. Okay. Only thing that's complete is this, which is fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish out this project plan. So now we deploy the platform. Woohoo! It's the tech team. Once we do this, we still have to oh yes, so we didn't give a date for the preparation for deployment. The last one, we'll give them a week just in case they still need to fix anything. Right now we deploy it. So that was the 10th. They finished the 14th. Let's deploy it on the 17th. Basically, it's live at this point. And then we'll make sure that there are no bugs, nothing else. We make sure that it's running as it should, as we want it to. And then we start. So we'll monitor it. And then start addressing any issue before July 1st. Most of the time, though, you will not get a lot of time to be able to do this, just because project times are normally so short. So just have that in mind. This is just because it's just a fake one. We have this much time to be able to do that. Okay, so the 17th, from the 17th all the way through the 28th, right? And then in this time, we're preparing and still supporting, right? So providing maintenance support for the platform. Present. No, I'll leave that out. We'll do that for so from the 17th, they're really providing support. Ongoing. Since it's ongoing, I'll make that end date let's say August 30th. It's going to be ongoing, forever or as long as that platform is live. So now we go to closing. Woohoo! We did it. Right. So closing, we first present, the team presents the support and maintenance plan. Then the project manager um, creates starts like retrospective and lessons learned meetings. Schedule retrospective and lessons learned meetings. The same thing. Then incorporate feedback into project closing summary. One thing we did not do is after deploying the platform come July 1st, we have to actually, boom, go live. The most important thing. How could we miss that? Go live. All right. So, July 1st, we are live. Yay. All right. So, yeah, that's that. And then pretty much gather all project documents, present project closing summary to project sponsor and team. Woohoo! And that's that. We'll go ahead and put all the rightful owners in here. Okay. Indent it. Good. This is also the tech team. Oop. Thought I would start giving me tech team. This is me, project manager. Project manager. Again, same. So another trick you just pull down. It's super easy. So this is all after the fact. So this is after July 1st. Normally give it a week and see how things are going. That way you're able to for the support plan, it has to be on that day. Should be given on that day. Actually, even prior to that day, in all honesty. So, all right. And then I'll give the team about a week after go live. And then we can talk about the retrospective and have those conversations about how we think the project went. And then give me another couple of days after the 8th to incorporate all that feedback into the project closing summary. Ooh, 11th. Mm, wait. We have those meetings. I get, yeah, a couple of days. Okay, wonderful. And then gather all the project docs. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. And then present it to the team. It could be in an email. Most of the time, it's email format, or it could be presented in a meeting, whichever way that the team prefers. So July 15th, and project is officially closed. We did it. We did it. We did it. So this is what typically looks like for the tech teams. They typically also have their own project plan that goes into the details about all the different kinds of like system testing, all of that. But we don't need to see that if we don't need to. So yeah, that's that for the project plan. All right, so I was able to find out how to create the predecessors. You click on the primary column here and right click on it, edit project settings, and then you click on the dependencies. Just say okay, and then okay. Now you see it at the end of the row. I like to bring it closer to the dates. That way I can go ahead and so what you can do is double click on the pencil and then pick the row that should come before um, that particular task. So in this case, 3 has to come before 4. So I put 3, that's the row. And then meeting with sponsor. And then we needed to finish, start to finish first. And then, okay. Why didn't it do it? Strange. Okay, let's do 4. It has to be 4. And then complete project charter. Meet with sponsor first. That should finish before we start. So that's it. Okay, so that's that. And so most of the time, you can actually not, if the dependencies are a lot, you can decide to use the dependencies to do the start and the end dates. Because in this case, it's already created my next one because it's waiting. This determined these dates. So that's dependencies for you. Now we go back into, yes, I have to save it. Then go back into the workspace. Can take a look. The project dashboard wouldn't have much because we haven't started a lot of the things. And yes, as you can tell, most of the items are red, which means that we haven't started them. So you wouldn't see much now. But once the project is in motion, you'll be able to tell what's late, what's overdue, what's ahead, what's been completed. There's nothing that's overdue here. Yes. And the task summary report is just showing complete and not started, which is what we want to see anyway. So yeah, that's that. Now we're going to go ahead and create a RAID log for this project. So I'll go. Originally, I do have a RAID log template, but I wanted to do it in here to show you all what that looks like when you're creating a RAID log in Smartsheet. It's pretty simple. RAID online. Actually, I don't want a grid. I want a list. Okay. Online learning platform RAID log. Okay. All right. Okay, wonderful. So now what we're going to do is to go ahead and pick. You can change the names to, this is the category. You normally can't change much in the primary field, so it's a blessing that we can change this. Dates, which is fine. We'll just do dates instead of due date. And then we can do priority level. This is another one. Let's see. Okay, let me see if I can delete this one. If I can. Okay. Delete rule. All right. Okay, wonderful. Typically I normally like to do drop down lists. So in this case we say high, medium. Okay, let's do low, medium, low, medium, high. Okay, and it's priority level. Priority level. And then we go to item title. And then we move on to the item description. And then we go to assignee. Okay, oh, that's a big one. Okay, let's do this. Insert right column. What we want is this a drop down. So we go not started, in progress, closed, and that's it. Of course, we left out the all right, and then we close out this a little bit. All right, perfect. Let's see what else. The category has actually. Let me see. Can we change to? All right, I'd have to change that. Let's see. Okay, so status. the dates resolved. You see, so Smartsheets is able to just give you everything at your fingertips. All you really need to do is just like insert, change a few things here and there. It seems complicated, but it's pretty simple. If you happen to uh, get lost in here somewhere, just keep playing around. You'll find your way. And then if you need to change something or undo something, just go here. You should be good to go. Okay, let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a column to the right. That would be the category, and do a drop down list, and it's risk, assumption, issues, decision. Okay. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to change it first. Okay, that's fine. You know what to do. Yep. So I'll hide this. Actually, let me change the name first. I just put change, which is fine. And then I'll hide it because I can't delete it since it's a primary one. And then I'll change the name here. And then boom, we're good to go. So if you have a risk, you go ahead, put in the date, put in the priority level, the item title, the description, the person you're assigning to, status, and boom, 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 you have your raid log. So another thing that I want us to review is the files and edits and all the different columns. So here, if you want to create a new one, just go to new. If you want to import a file, you go to import. If you want to open one, open. Save as new. So you can actually take this and save as new, and it will be like a template. I typically do that, but they also have save as template, which is great. If you want to rename it, refresh, share, send as attached, export, print, delete, view activity log properties. Automation, if you want to create a workflow from the template, these are like the complicated things in Smartsheets. So if you don't really do any automation, if you don't want any automation, you don't need this. Now, if you want to create a form, typically I like to use this Smartsheets to create like surveys. So this is where you would go. And you fill in, whatever you want. In this case, I started filling it out using the filled tabs that I had. But you can go ahead and change it as you would like. Don't save, and then that. So also you can have the Gantt view. You can have the card view. You can have a calendar view, just like all these other ones. It's interesting how they are all almost the same, right? If you want to also filter, you can create a filter name and then go according to what field you like and what role and all of that. So that's Smartsheets for you. And then the same way I created this, if you want to create a racy template, you do the same thing. So pretty simple, but that's Smartsheets. Let me know if you all want like an in-depth on how to create a survey or create templates or anything of that nature. Oh, let me show you how you can message someone. I think I mentioned that. So let me go ahead and show you that as well. Okay, so let's go back to our project plan. All right, so if I have a question about this particular line item, what I do is I add a comment here and I just tag the person and ask the question. I have a question about this task. Okay. And the person will receive a notification in their inbox. It's as simple as that. So that's one of the cool features. And when you come here, you'd be able to see, you can also attach files to it. So these are all the cool features of Smartsheets. As you can tell, I have a notification telling me that someone mentioned me. So it's also here. It'll be in your inbox. It'll basically follow you everywhere. So that's that. Now let me go back to my rate log. Okay, so for this particular project, what do we think would be a risk? What is a risk for the online learning platforms, right? So we're concerned that content creation might delay. Why are we concerned about that? Because there's some resource availability issues for that team, right? So that's high priority because we do need the content in order to be able to create an online learning platform. Content might delay due to resource constraints. Okay, assigned to me. Okay, so that part you can. I think we should be able to. Let's see. Contact list. Yes, if you put it as contact list, it should pull me up. Yes, there you go. So not right now. So status. It's still in progress. We're working through it, so it's not resolved, right? Now, what's another risk? Well, user adoption, right? We don't know how much people are going to use this online learning platform. Since it's not going to affect go live, I'll put it as a medium. So user adoption need an engagement model to attract users. Okay, we need to build that out. All right, so decision. Let's see, what date did we say we're going to go live? I think it was July. Okay, so go live date. Okay, go live. So that's a decision that has been made. Go live date is July something. July, I think it's July 1st or something that we picked. Okay, so, all right, so that's closed. Okay, project sponsor. Confirmed July 1st as the go live date. Okay, so as you're going along, you'll be populating this this RAID log. In every meeting, I like to pull my RAID log in all my meetings in case something comes up. I could just put it right in there, and then I'll be good to go. I don't have to go back to it. I can typically go back to it to see what the status is, if I need to follow up on anything, check in on anyone with regards to any risk, any issue, any assumption that might, or decision that has been made. So it's a document that you keep close to you. It's just like a meeting notes document or the project plan, and you work alongside this document as well. So that's that. So yeah, this is a RAID log in Smartsheets. You can do the same thing with the RACI as well, and you pretty much have awesome results. That way, you have everything in Smartsheets. You can create everything that you need during Smartsheets, and then you don't have to go outside of Smartsheets to do anything. You can have everything that you need right here. Have the RACI, have the project plan, have the RAID log, and then you're good to go. You're golden. I hope this was helpful. Again, if you have any questions or anything, we can discuss them in our weekly coaching calls, or you can send me a message. I'll be happy to respond and then also share with others. That way, if they had any questions, it'll be answered for them. Alrighty. See you in the next one. Are you aspiring to enter the world of project management, but you're feeling lost on where to start? Let me guide you through every step of the journey, from crafting a standout resume and finding the perfect roles to mastering interview techniques and negotiating an ideal salary. I've got you covered on all of that. Plus, I'll be sending you job alerts twice every week. I'll also ensure that your LinkedIn profile shines bright, drawing recruiters to you like a magnet. With my expert guidance, you'll be well equipped to excel in the competitive field of project management. So don't wait. Go to www.pathwaystopm.com/coaching today.